Hey y'all, I hope that y'all have had an awesome Monday, and if not, maybe this will cheer y'all up a little bit. First of all, I just want to say thank y'all so much for just all of the love and support that y'all showed me from my last video. Y'all were just extremely nice and supportive about it, and I just want to say thank you for that. And thanks for all of the suggestions that y'all gave me. Today's devotion is actually going to be from one of those suggestions. So keep leaving them. I definitely use them. So today's devotion is going to be about temptation. And I just want y'all to think about a time in your life that maybe you've been going through some tempting times or you felt temptation. And maybe you remember that it was so hard. Maybe you gave in and maybe you regret it. Or maybe you didn't and maybe you're glad that you got out of that situation. And today I'm just going to read some scripture and verses that will just help you get through tempting times and just make you remember that God is there and God will get you out of it. So the first verse or verses that I'm going to read are James chapter 1, 13 through 18. And it says, "Let no one say when he is tempted, I am tempted by God. For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he himself tempt anyone. But each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires and enticed. Then, when desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it is full grown, brings forth to death. Do not be deceived, my beloved brethren. Every good and perfect gift comes down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow of turning. Of his own will he brought us forth by the word of truth, that we might be a kind of first fruits of his creatures." That's James 1, 13 through 18. And this verse, maybe when you were feeling tempted, you wanted to blame God for it. Maybe you were like, God, why am I in this situation? Why are you letting me be so tempted? And this verse, it just knocks out that it's God's fault. It's not God's fault. Temptation comes from the world. Temptation comes from you. It comes from your own human and earthly desires. The next verse I'm going to share with you guys is 1 Corinthians 10:13. "No temptation has overtaken you except such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptation will also make the way of escape, that you may be able to bear it." So this verse is one of the verses that I rely on whenever I feel tempted about anything, whether it may be something that feels like it's just a minor situation or maybe it's something major. I just lean on this verse so much because everything about it is just so comforting. And in the beginning, we're going to break it down. It says, "No temptation has overtaken you except such as common to man." That means that anything on this earth is not going to overtake you, that God reigns over it. So if you lean on God, God will get you out of it, and this temptation will not overtake you. The next part says, "But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able." And this again, God isn't going to let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. He knows your limits, and he's not going to let this overtake you. And the next part says, "But with this temptation will also make the way of escape, that you may be able to bear it." Again, it continues to reinforce that God's going to make a way out for you, and God isn't going to let this temptation overtake your life if you want out of it. And a lot of you may think, well, why did God let me give into this temptation? Well, that was you. It wasn't God that let you give into it. And I mean, we all sin and we all make mistakes. So you just have to choose to get out of this situation, and you just got to pray to God and be like, God, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to be tempted. I don't want to keep giving into this. Please just help me. Please just give me a way out. And he will be faithful, and he's just, and he will get you out of the situation. And a lot of these temptations, it's once you do it the first time, it's just a downward spiral, and this sin or temptation just consumes you. And the only way out of temptation is to let God consume you. You can't be consumed by sin. You have to be consumed by God. And you have to let him be in control. You have to give it to him. Lay those temptations at the cross and move on. And just get out of the situation. Let God lead you to where he wants you. And just remember these verses. remember that God is faithful, God is just. He is going to help you through these times, and just don't get angry at God for you being in the situation that you put yourself in, or that this world has gotten you into. Just talk to God and be like, God, I can't do it anymore, and He will see you through, and He will help you out of the situation. Thanks so much for watching this video. I just pray that maybe it would help you through times of temptation. Maybe you're going through them now, or maybe you've went through them in the past and you're just wanting something to be able to help you in the future. I just hope that these will help you, and that you will lean on these verses, and that you will talk to God about whatever issues you might be having. And don't forget to leave suggestions for more videos in the comments, or you can put them wherever on any of my social medias, and I will see them. Just thank you so much for all of y'all's love and support, and I will see you next Sunday. That we might be a kind of first fruits of His creation. Oh my God. That we might be a kind of first fruits of His creation. What does that say?